Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Rich. Name of the channel is Rich the Return Rider. For all of you guys that's tuning in for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all you guys that's return viewers, I appreciate your support, especially for you guys that have subscribed so far. For all you guys that haven't yet subscribed, guys, subscribe below. And we're gonna have a little conversation this morning about first of all, I'm on my way. I'm in my truck. I'm on my way to go pick up the 2019 Honda Goldwing. Goldwing now has been in the shop now for a little over a week for the cruise control. They have diagnosed the problem with the cruise control. Apparently, it's a failure in the right clutch, the right. I guess they call it the throttle switch or the brake switch. So we have to order the part, or they have to order the part, which is going to take at least 7 to 10 days. I guess depending on the back orders or the availability of it. So one of the things that I asked for the dealership to do, since they have had the motorcycle a little over a week now, is to reassemble the motorcycle so I can at least get to ride my motorcycle. So the motorcycle is not sitting at the shop for any long and extended period of time. You know, I have a little bit of a problem of me paying for this motorcycle while it's sitting somewhere in a shop waiting for a part, and we don't have a defined time on when that part is gonna show up. So like I said, I'm here now in Ocala, all the way from Lake City, to pick up the 2019 Honda Goldwing. One of the discussions we had in this transaction, or what is going on, is the part have been approved by the Honda warranty services. Not only do I still have the factory warranty on the motorcycle, I also am paying for the extended warranty throughout the life of my loan for the Honda Goldwing. Something that I didn't hesitate to do because of all the electronics on the motorcycle. But one thing that they don't explain to you guys is while the motorcycle is at the dealership and you are waiting for them to diagnose the motorcycle or the problem that you took it in for, that the motorcycle could be down for an extended period of time. After they diagnose what the problem is, that time could be extended to the weight of the part that is required to fix the motorcycle. Now, as I said, I asked them to reassemble the motorcycle, and I was faced with a charge of a couple of $100 to reassemble the motorcycle while we're waiting for the parts. Now, apparently, after I spoke to a manager, that is a standard operation for what is going to happen to any dealership that you go to. But guys, now, the problem I have with that is I'm a little leery that it takes you so long as a diagnostic center to be able to figure out something that ended up being what I assume to be a pretty, and I don't know for a fact, to be a pretty simple problem. The second thing is, riding the motorcycle without the cruise control is not a big deal to me. I have never owned a motorcycle before with cruise control, which is what I explained to the manager. And, you know, I have no problem waiting for the part to show up. You know, or understanding the situation. He's explained to me that COVID has been a problem in a lot of the situations of getting parts and so forth. And, you know, I clearly understand that. I see it on a daily basis of stuff that's going on in the world. But, you know, the idea of not having a motorcycle that I'm paying, the amount of money that I'm paying for monthly, and not being able to ride that motorcycle is a problem, and me having to pay for the motorcycle to be reassembled after you had the motorcycle for a little over a week became somewhat of an issue. So after we, you know, apparently there was a little failure in communication and explaining that to me when I dropped the motorcycle off. So after we had a conversation about it, a dealership decided to waive the charge as they reassembled the motorcycle, with me understanding that if I ever have to drop the motorcycle off for anything else, that it's the standard procedure that the motorcycle will be disassembled until they can get the part, and you know, and so forth. Which, you know, again, if that was explained to me, I did have a problem with the Boulevard when I first dropped it off, or some, you know, something that I was given the option of, hey, you got to leave the motorcycle, you have to pay X amount for the diagnostics, and you know, for that I declined. And I remember the manager saying he remembers me in that same conversation. Now today I still have that same problem with the Boulevard, but it's nothing that really affects the performance. I do have a F1 engine light that comes on, and taking it somewhere else, we came to the conclusion that part of the problem with that is, you know, the aftermarket exhaust. But anyway, guys, we're gonna go in here now. We're gonna have a discussion. I can see the motorcycle is out there to the side, and we're gonna have a little conversation with the managers about this lack in communication, or you know, the miscommunication, or whatever it is that they consider it to be. As I pick my motorcycle up, I'm hoping maybe this weekend to be able to go to Pooler, Georgia, and you know, get some practice in, and to be able to ride the bike even without the cruise control. Okay, guys, without further ado, I'll get right back to you on this topic. All right, bye-bye. Honda Goldwing on the back of the trailer. We're now leaving right now Motorsports. Leaving right now Power Sports. I spoke to the manager. Those guys were awesome, understanding where I was coming from. So I'm gonna be heading back to Lake City now when the park comes in. They'll be contacting me. Guys, so yeah, continuation. We are now leaving, excuse the noise in the back, that's the exhaust. I'm in my truck, and now leaving right now Motorsports. I have the Honda Goldwing loaded up on the back of my trailer, heading home. And then interesting conversation, thanks to the manager Lance for some clarification on the situation. But I still have a little bit of a concern of the, you know, the interaction that we discussed. So, like I said before, I dropped the Honda Goldwing off. The cruise control switch is not working on the motorcycle. It took a week and a couple of days to diagnose that it was the switch control of what would be, I guess, the brake, around that brake area. And, you know, like I said, the part was ordered. It was approved by the warranty service, Honda warranty service. 5 to 7 days, or maybe even longer if it's on back order. And the idea of not having my bike for what could be approximately a month is just not acceptable. He did explain to me that there's a couple of motorcycles there that is actually pulled apart. That the problem was not as simple as mine. And I say I feel the pain. I'm with co-workers that's building homes, some having pools and so forth installed. There's a problem with getting material. There's a whole world of stuff going on, with COVID being the culprit. But you know, the thing about it, the way I see this scenario, guys, is that if I was the person that commuted on a daily basis with my motorcycle, and I had to take my motorcycle in to have some work done. Now, I'm not just dealing with a manufacturer's warranty, I'm also paying for an extended warranty. And you know, for me to pay to have the motorcycle reassembled so I can ride the motorcycle is still a little bit of a concern to me. His view of it is, you know, well, how does his technician get paid for the work that he have to do reassembling the motorcycle? The part comes in, and then he have to disassemble the motorcycle to install the part. Is his argument, you know, how does he get paid for that? My belief is that if you're a Honda dealer, that is one of the things that you would have to take into consideration when someone is not just paying for the extended warranty, but some of the coverage under the initial warranty of the motorcycle for something like that is obviously a failure, not necessarily the customer's mistake, but a failure, whether it was for the manufacturer or whatever happened. It's something that you guys will have to take into consideration. You are a Honda dealer. The extended warranty that the manufacturer or the customer is paying for is part of that coverage. You know, I mean, in the case where my wife's car is being serviced, again, we're in Lake City. The Lexus dealer comes all the way, or sends someone all the way from Orange Park. They bring her a loaner's car, sometimes something a little bit more luxurious than she owns, and to do something as simple of an oil change to prevent her from having to bring the car in and having to miss a day of work and so forth. You know, they bring her a loaner, and there's pretty much of a switch out that goes on, and they come back, they return back, and they pick the vehicle up. So one of the discussions that I should have had with the management there is that this motorcycle is going to be down for not just a couple of weeks, but possibly a month. Is there a motorcycle there that that can be used as a loaner? I mean, the idea of a customer paying for the price of these motorcycles today, I mean, the price of these motorcycles, guys, are like the price of your daily vehicles. And I feel the pain of, you know, the warranty services getting pinched in these COVID times. You know, he's explaining to me that's pretty customary for any dealership to have to do that same thing. And something that I would look into to find out if that's just a common practice, to have a vehicle pulled apart while the customer is waiting for, you know, weeks and possibly even months. I mean, I don't think that's acceptable. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below. You know, but like I said, in the case of a cruise control, it's something that I can do without. Like I said, I wasn't used to it before I had this motorcycle. But if this is one of the features on my motorcycle right now, it's a feature that I want to use. It's not something that I'm going to leave and say, hey, you know, I'm not going to have that repaired. You know, and that's one of the conversations that we had on the phone when I said to him, listen, if you guys can reassemble the motorcycle, I can use the motorcycle without the cruise control. I never had cruise control before. I can live without it. And his response initially to that was like, oh, okay, so, you know, you don't need it. And my response to him was like, listen, the motorcycle have it. It's a feature that I paid for in purchasing the motorcycle. You know, like the heated seats and everything else with the motorcycle. I would like to use what the motorcycle full potential or what is there to be used. So, not a good argument on his part. But like I said, awesome guy. He did a great job of explaining his point of view. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I appreciate the clarity on what he's explaining. But again, thanks to him for waiving the fees of reassembling the motorcycle. I don't know if it would have been done if it was more extensive of a reassembly. He did explain that the cost was on a hour's worth of labor, and there are certain motorcycles there that would definitely cost a lot more than that to be reassembled. Again, guys, these motorcycles are pretty technical. A lot of the stuff on them is not, you know, the average, you know, do-it-yourself kind of repairs. And you know, why I didn't hesitate to pay for the extended warranty, knowing that I was buying such a sophisticated motorcycle. All right, guys, so, you know, let's give me your opinion in the comments below. For all of you guys that think, hey, you know, it is what it is, that's what's going on. I thought this video was important to let my viewers know, you know, what is going on out there in the you know, in the dealership world, in the warranty world, and so forth. So, guys, if you like, subscribe. Again, I'm going to say for all of you guys, you know, get out, do those safety classes. Don't care what you ride. Get out and ride. Have a great time. Stay safe. Safety being a priority. Rich, the Return Rider.